Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my channel, Zen Within Yoga with Michelle. Today we are going to be practicing in my on my patio, I should say, not in my patio. Today is September 1st when I'm recording this, and I just thought, you know what, it's starting to cool down here in Las Vegas this morning. We actually have some cloud coverage and rain in the forecast, and I was like, oh, I would love to just do a recording outside, and this is my one of my favorite spaces here in my home, and being outdoors. And so I thought I would bring it to you, share it with you, and maybe you want to practice outside this morning, and yeah, join me outside. So we'll be doing a morning practice. So we're going to start in Shavasana as though we are just beginning our day. And I am going to include some affirmations into our practice today. If you're not familiar with affirmations, it's just a statement that I'll be sharing with you. And whether that statement resonates with you, you can either repeat it to yourself or take it in. Or if it doesn't resonate with you, just let it go. Maybe you create another statement, mantra, affirmation for yourself that fits or suits you at this time. So, all right, my dears, let's get started in Shavasana. So just lowering yourself down nice and easy. Taking up lots of space wherever you're at. Let's take a cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose to the belly. Open mouth, exhale. Let's do that once again. Full breath in through the nose. And a big open mouth, exhale. Letting everything soften. And relaxing any tension or gripping in the jaw. And I invite you to close your eyes. Maybe you're able to take in the sound of my wind chime. Just allow your body to relax. Let the mind be at ease. And our first affirmation: this day is full of possibilities, and I will make the most of them. Or you could also say, this month or this week is full of possibilities, and I will make the most of them. Let's take 5 more breaths here. And on this last breath, taking a cleansing inhale and exhale. We'll inhale through the nose, fill the belly up. Maybe you send the breath even further down the body. And then a big open mouth exhale. And in the beginning to bring some movement into the fingers, into the toes. Like rocking your head side to side. And taking a nice big lengthening stretch. So reach the arms up overhead. Bring those feet back in towards one another. Inhale, lengthen through the toes, lengthen through the fingers. Stretch the spine. And then as you exhale, bring the arms into the chest. And bring your feet to the mat or to the floor. And then from here, let's bring the knees into the chest. Just taking a few rocks here, side to side. Good. And then extending the legs all the way up, feet towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Maybe you hold on to the back of the hamstrings and just point and flex through the feet, rotate through the ankles. And then let's hold the legs here and give a little flex in the feet. So send those toes towards you. Maybe feeling a nice stretch down the calves, the Achilles. Firing up the hamstrings just a little bit here. If the hamstrings are really tight, you can always have a little micro bend or a generous bend in the knees, whatever feels best for you here in your body. Let those shoulders melt back. Let's just take 3 more breaths here. Last breath. Good. Bending both knees. Bring the knees in towards the chest. Keep that right knee in towards you. Bring that left foot to the mat. And then we'll just cross that right ankle over the left thigh. Send that right knee away from you. And then maybe staying here if you're feeling a good stretch in that right hip already. Or maybe you come into Reclined Pigeon. So threading the arms through and interlacing the fingers, either clasping the hands behind the back of that left thigh or on top of the shin. And then just giving a little gentle flex in that right foot to support the ankle or the knee. That's taking a nice slow full breath to the belly. On your exhale, let the belly soften, let the low back release, the mid back release. I'm just noticing where the body is a little tight this morning. Typically when we wake up, the body is always talking to us. So just being gentle and kind here as the body begins to awaken and open up. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Good. Last breath, cleansing inhale and exhale. And we'll release the hands, lower that left foot down, and then lower the right foot down. We'll switch to the other side. So crossing that left ankle over the right thigh, send that left knee away, and coming into your pose here. This side is definitely a little tighter for me. My left hip typically stays tighter. Just breathing through it. Bringing an affirmation here. I release any and all tension held in my body. I release any and all tension held in my body. Taking 3 more breaths here on this side. Notice if you can soften even more. Maybe that's in the shoulders or in the neck. And taking our cleansing breath here, send that breath all the way into that left hip. Big open mouth exhale, letting everything go. And we'll release the hands, lower that right foot and then the left. And let's come to a little windshield wiper. So walk the feet out so they're about the width of your mat. Open the arms out to a T. And then just let the legs fall over to the right. And then come back to center. And let the legs fall over to the left. And let's do that one more on each side. This is one of my favorite poses. And then we'll come back to center, and now we're going to hold a little longer on each side. So letting the legs fall back over to the right. And noticing where the glutes may want to be gripping or clenching, letting the glutes release, soften, let go. This is really good for the low back as well as the quads and the hip joints. Taking nice, slow, deep breaths here. Last breath here. And slowly making your way back to center. And then we'll let the legs fall over to the left. And last breath here. And coming back to center, walk the feet back in towards one another. Let's bring the knees into the chest. Taking a few rocks here side to side. Good, then rolling over to one side in fetal pose, taking a breath here. And very slowly pressing yourself up. And from here, let's come into butterfly pose. So soles of the feet touching. And depending how the body's feeling this morning, maybe you're able to bring the heels in a little closer, getting a little deeper into the groin muscles. Or if they're a little tight this morning and you want to make it a little bit more spacious, just bring the feet out a little further, whatever feels most comfortable for the body this morning. I always kind of like to rock side to side to kind of move the flesh out from the cheeks to really root down through the sit bones. And let's just take an inhale to lengthen up nice and tall, reaching up through the crown of the head. And then as you exhale, folding forward. And again, tuning into what feels good for the body here this morning. Maybe you come down with more of a flat back. Or maybe it feels good to kind of round through the spine, through the upper back, letting the shoulders round forward. And just allowing the body to melt into its pose here. Finding softness. Let the head be heavy. Taking a breath to the belly, to the low back. And as you exhale, let the belly soften. Let the low back release. And now taking a full breath into the whole back area. And taking a full open mouth exhale. And letting the back open up with each breath and soften with each exhale. And our affirmation here, I focus on what I can control, and I let go of what I can't. I focus on what I can control, and let go of what I can't. I'm taking a few more breaths here. Last breath, cleansing inhale and exhale. Slowly pressing yourself up. Head coming up last, and let's just take a few breaths here. Last breath. Okay, let's extend the legs out. Give the legs a little shake. And then from here, we'll make our way into a twist. So let's cross that right foot over the left thigh. And then either wrapping that left arm around the leg, and then take an inhale, reach that right arm up, and then bring that right hand back behind you. Now you can keep that left arm here where it's at, or if you'd like to come into the twist a little deeper, you can hook that left elbow to the thigh. So whatever feels best for the spine this morning. You want to root down through the sit bones, inhale to lengthen up nice and tall, and then on your exhale, opening up into your twist. And we're in our yin practice, so we want to deactivate any activation going on in the legs, especially that left leg. So notice if the quad or the kneecap is locked, letting that release. And our affirmation here: I am in charge of my happiness. I am in charge of my happiness. And let's take one more breath here. And slowly untwisting, coming forward, and we'll just switch to the other side. Take that left hand, inhale, lengthen up nice and tall, and then as you exhale, bring that left hand back behind you. Finding your placement for that right arm. Rooting down through your sit bones as you lengthen up through the spine, through the crown of the head. On your exhale, gently opening up into your twist. And we'll take 3 more breaths here. Last breath. And untwisting, coming forward. Extend the legs out, maybe give them another little shake. Great. And from here, let's come into tabletop, taking a few rounds of cat and cow. In our tabletop, we want to make sure the shoulders are aligned over the wrist, hips over the knees, and feet are hip width distance. Fingers are spread nice and wide. Take that inhale, drop the belly, send the tailbone up, reach the heart forward, draw the shoulder blades back. As you exhale, coming into your cat, press away from the earth, arch through the spine, pull the belly in and up, and chin in towards the chest. Good. Inhale, coming back into your cow. And exhale into cat. And then just taking a few rounds here on your own. Maybe you add some other movement, whatever feels good for you this morning. Just waking up the body, waking up the spine, lubricating the joints, bringing some energy into the body. And our affirmation here, I can absolutely do anything I put my mind to. I can absolutely do anything I put my mind to. Good. Making this your last round or your last movement. And coming back to center. And we'll thread the needle here. So press into that right hand. Inhale, extend that left arm, opening up through the chest. See if you can really open up that arm. And then as you exhale, thread that left arm through, coming onto that left shoulder, bringing that left ear or left temple to the mat or to the floor. And you can keep that right hand where it is, or maybe you extend that right hand and arm out a little further. And then just notice if your left hip is really popped, or excuse me, your right hip is really popped over to the right side. See if you can bring the hips back to center. And then engage the belly slightly just to support the lower back. And take a breath into the belly. Fill up that whole left side. Good. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And last breath. And if that right hand was extended, bring it back so it's aligned under the shoulder. Press into that right hand to support, bringing the upper body back up. And then we'll do the same thing, extend and reach and open that left arm. And then exhale, bring it down. Nice. Let's switch to the other side. Pressing into that left hand. Inhale to open up that right. And threading it on through. Two more breaths here. Very good. Bring that left hand back in. It was extended. And we'll inhale, open up the body. And then exhale, bring that right hand back down. Nicely done. Let's bring a little stretch into the feet, so tucking the toes. And then send those hips back towards the heels. Good. Maybe you stay here if you're feeling a good stretch already, or you can walk those hands out. And lowering the forehead to the floor, to the mat. Let the arms be at rest. Just taking some nice, slow, deep breaths here. And our affirmation here, I shake off negativity and welcome in positivity.
I shake off negativity and welcome in positivity. If at any time this gets a little bit too much for the toes or for the feet, you can come out of it and then come back in. We'll take about another 5 breaths here. Last breath, full inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Good. We'll all meet back in tabletop. So coming out of your pose, nice and easy. Untuck the toes. Let's give the feet a little tap. And then we'll just swing the legs over to one side. Come to sit back. And make our way into an easy seated pose. Got my hair all in my face here. All right. And let's wake up the wrist a little bit. So bring the arms out in front of you, forearms together, and then interlacing the fingers, making a little fist here, and then just making these little rotations in the wrist. You may feel this down the forearms as well. Good, and then reversing, going the other way. And then let's just extend the arms out and do some rotations through the wrist and doing whatever feels good with the fingers. So just waking up the fingers, waking up the wrist joints. Very nice. Let's leave the arms extended. Take an inhale, lengthen up nice and tall. And then as you exhale, bring that right hand over by the right hip and then reach that left arm up and over. Taking a nice side body stretch here. You want to focus on pressing down through both sit bones. So you're rooting down to be able to take this nice lengthening stretch through that left side body. Good. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Really focus on breathing into that left side body and opening up the chest. Good. 1 more breath. I took an extra breath. Good. And slowly coming up, using that left arm to support, bringing yourself back up to center, engaging the core just a bit, and then we'll float on over to the left side. Really feeling this stretch. Such a great stretch to do in the morning. Breathing into the right side body. Two more breaths here. And last breath. Good. Inhale, coming back to center. Let's just bring the hands to the knees or to the thighs. And now bringing some attention to the neck. Let's take an inhale, lengthen up nice and tall. Exhale, drop that right ear to the right shoulder. Let both shoulders soften down the back. And then finding where feels good for you. So maybe, you make a little adjustment with the position of your head. Maybe you send the chin forward. But what you're looking for and feeling for is that nice stretch in the left side of the neck. And then being able to breathe into that space. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Good. Now slowly lower that chin towards that right shoulder, feeling every sensation as you make this movement. So now we're kind of getting into the back side of the neck. And now slowly lowering the chin all the way to center of chest, making sure that you stay in integrity with your posture. Keep the shoulders rolled back, sitting up nice and tall. Feeling the stretch down the neck, down the spine. And let's take a cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose to the back of the throat. Open mouth, exhale. Slowly bringing the head back up to center. And we'll make our way to the other side. Inhale, lengthen up nice and tall. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Softening the shoulders. Finding that position for you that feels good. Taking 2 more breaths here. And sending the chin towards that left shoulder. Nice and easy movement. And then bringing the chin all the way to center of chest once again. And then from here, we're just going to make a little half circle. So you can bring that right ear over towards that right shoulder, and then bring the head back to center of chest, and then over to the left. Nice, easy movement. Feeling every sensation. Maybe the neck is really talking to you here this morning. And if it feels good, maybe you begin to make a full circle. So bring the head all the way back and around. And then reversing, going the other way. And let's just take 1 more full round here. And we'll all meet once again with the chin in towards the chest. Sitting up nice and tall. Let the head be really heavy. Taking a cleansing breath. And then slowly bringing the head back up to center. Very nice. To close our practice today, we'll do a little pranayama. So we'll do alternate nostril breathing, which is a great way to balance both the left and right side of the body, of the brain, and just bringing your body into balance. So we'll use our right hand. Your left hand can just be resting on the thigh, and bringing that index and middle finger down. Bring the thumb to that right nostril, and we'll inhale for the count of 4 through the left nostril. Close off that left nostril with the ring finger, and then you're going to exhale out that right nostril for 4. Good. Then inhale through the right nostril for 4. And closing off that right nostril, and then exhaling out the left nostril for 4. Good. And doing the same thing. Inhale for 4. Exhaling out the right nostril for 4. Inhaling here for 4. Exhaling out the left nostril for 4. And just continuing to do this on your own. See if you can lengthen the inhale and the exhale.
releasing any tension in the jaw. Sitting up nice and tall to create spaciousness. And taking one more round here. Each round ends on the exhale out that left nostril. And when you've completed that last round, just bring that right hand back to the knee or to the thigh. Just taking a few rounds of breath here. Noticing how the body's feeling. Noticing your breath. And bringing the palms of the hands together at heart center. Let's take a cleansing breath here. And our last affirmation for our practice. Today I choose to be the most beautiful version of myself, inside and out. Today I choose to be the most beautiful version of myself, inside and out. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me this morning, yogis. I hope this practice really awakened your body, and that the body is ready, the mind is ready, your spirit is ready to take on this day, this week, and this month. Namaste.